What it does, cuz it is the Bad Wolf, and welcome to Badwolf Unincorporated. It is your main man, the Bad Wolf, Mr. James C. himself. Let's get into it. So, if you guys have watched my videos, you've watched them long enough for me to have shown you guys that there is more than one type of national. Now, we're not talking about nationals of the District of Columbia. That's a different thing. Okay, but it is a thing. But they're not the primary. We nationals under GPO Style Manual Section 5.22 and 5.23 primarily shows us that we are the nationals. We are the primary nationals. We are the non-citizen U.S. nationals. But there's also another type of national out there, and they are the U.S. non-citizen nationals, otherwise depicted here under 8 U.S.C. 1408, nationals but not citizens of the United States at birth. This is where the Department of State and certain other agencies, including some law enforcement, they don't understand the law. They don't read it. And then they get cocky about it because they think they know, and they don't know. They don't know the legal level. They think they do. Well, my dad can beat up your dad. Your dad sits on the couch and drinks beer. Mine punches people in the throat for a living. We're not the same. This is the type of national here that is a national, but they don't get citizenship. We get citizenship. We get both. We are the primary. We are the alpha. We are the downtown dirty brown sigma cum laude 12 gauge shot it all through your body nationals from the OG, triple OG. Pimpin' since pimpin' was pimpin'. We are under 8 U.S.C. 1401A or 8 U.S.C. 1101A 22B. This is the ones that sometimes the agencies misunderstand because they don't either know or they directly obfuscate, which is a federal offense, hiding information from the American people. You cannot hide from the American people that which they either pay for, are entitled to, have, deserve, or have funded. You cannot do it. Now, there are some thin lines when it comes to our own national security. They have to do what's best in your interest without telling you why. And man, oh man, if you guys only knew what they do in our best interest, and y'all don't know why. Don't know where all that money went missing? Oh, there's many projects out there. But we'll leave that alone for now. Okay, moving on. So let's read through, or I'm going to let the AI read through, and then we will compare. 8 U.S.C. 1408, nationals but not citizens of the United States. So I've seen a lot of people use this code on their stuff, like their passport, explanatory statements, their own whatever. Generally, if you're not from these key areas, you should not be using this code. The government really, when they do their documents, okay, so let's talk about the passport application. Okay? Wait, y'all want to see me? Oh, well, I'm kind of dressed down today, but sure, why not? I mean, let me put clothes on first of all. Okay. All right, let me see here. Okay. All this good stuff over here. That's what we're going to be talking about. Okay. All right. So all this stuff over here is for certain nationals. Now on the passport, when you see the on the in the oath section where it says, "I, under penalty of perjury, declare that I am a U.S. citizen slash non-citizen U.S. national," what they're talking about is anybody that falls underneath it. So this right here, this 8 U.S.C. 1408, they're including in there. They're lumping us all together. Like when they say Americans, they mean everybody here, citizens and nationals, right? So here they're using the term non-citizen U.S. national, though it's primarily us. They're allowing these 1408 ones to be grouped in there. And how do they distinguish it? By your birth document. Your birth document shows them exactly where you were born. And if you fall underneath one of these couple of little sections here, then they'll also make you a non-citizen U.S. national. You'd think that they would separate it and say, okay, well, you're specifically going to be a U.S. non-citizen national with the passport. They don't do that. They don't show the differences in there because we're all just Americans at the end of the day. But internally, they do code it just a little bit different, but you're still considered to be in this group because either you're a U.S. citizen, which is one thing by itself, or you are a national. This is the grouping for a national. Now, you would think if they were on my level, or if they're not trying to obfuscate it, they would say, well, actually, there's like 5 or 6 different types of persons you could be here, but we'll just keep it to the basic 3. U.S. citizen, national prime, which is us, and then secondary national. So U.S. citizen, non-citizen U.S. national, and U.S. national non-citizen. Okay? Citizen, us, national of the United States, 1408 U.S.C. 1401, A, 8 U.S.C. 1408. That's how it should be done. But instead, they take the latter 2 and lump them together into just the title of non-citizen U.S. national. And then they encode it slightly different internally for educational reasons and purposes only. Do your own research. La-di-da. Okay, so now let's have the AI read this, and then let's see if we can back this up a little bit.
Unless otherwise provided in Section 1401 of this title, the following shall be nationals, but not citizens, of the United States at birth. 1. A person born in an outlying possession of the United States on or after the date of formal acquisition of such possession. 2. A person born outside the United States and its outlying possessions of parents, both of whom are nationals, but not citizens, of the United States, and have had a residence in the United States, or one of its outlying possessions prior to the birth of such person. 3. A person of unknown parentage found in an outlying possession of the United States while under the age of 5 years, until shown, prior to his attaining the age of 21 years, not to have been born in such outlying possession, and 4. A person born outside the United States and its outlying possessions of parents, one of whom is an alien and the other a national, but not a citizen, of the United States who, prior to the birth of such person, was physically present in the United States or its outlying possessions for a period or periods totaling not less than 7 years in any continuous period of 10 years. A. During which the national parent was not outside the United States or its outlying possessions for a continuous period of more than 1 year, and B. At least 5 years of which were after attaining the age of 14 years. The proviso of Section 1401G of this title shall apply to the national parent under this paragraph in the same manner as it applies to the citizen parent under that section.
Okay, so when you go to like my e-verify or whatever else, once again, they should be clear, though they kind of, once again, they squish it all in together, and they don't want to say, well, that's not really you. But then it has information where, depending on your level of comprehension and your reading, I guess, comprehension or ability or level. It'll say a person born outside the United States, blah blah blah, and then but then it'll say, but your parents are nationals. Okay, so it says two, a person born outside the United States, and it's outlying possessions of parents, both whom are nationals, but not citizens. Okay, so some people have used B, and I know kind of in the earlier days you kind of made mention. So this part right here, a person born outside of the United States. Now, when you click United States right here, it does give you the geographical United States, not the corporate. Okay, it says the term United States, except as otherwise specifically herein provided, which means other places the United States may mean something different, like the corporation. But here they're using it as the geographical. This is why a lot of people, like Department of State and other entities and corporations, law enforcement, get it misunderstood. They don't understand there's a difference between the organic, geographical, and continental United States and the corporate entity known as the United States, which is located in the District of Columbia. So here they're saying if you were physically born outside of our area and possessions. Okay, so depending on how you want to play this, I can see how some people would or could even still use this because it's not in-depthly defined to the deeper level of the law. Okay, but generally, on open face, this is not us. So even though some departments, when you fill out their applications, like on my E-Verify, and I said they're talking about both. From my perspective, they are talking about both in the my E-Verify. Okay? But here, the way it is written for this code, this is something separate. They kind of combined a couple of different things on the my E-Verify, either purposefully or accidentally. But really, they should have clearly mentioned both. They're getting away with it because they've kind of squished them together. So they're talking about this national, but then they're also talking about you as a national, because both of us have the right and ability to operate and do business and work within the corporate United States or the geographical, public and private side. So from my understanding, they're adding both of these into the my E-Verify. But here's this one, the 8 U.S.C. 1401. So now let's take a look at the other one we're talking about, us. So we'll go this is 1408. Let's go to 1401. So this is us, 8 U.S.C. 1401, nationals and citizens of the United States at birth. We get both. We are the alpha. We get it all. Cash, money, hoes, and draws. We get it all. But the 1408, the ones in those islands, they don't get both. They only get their nationality. We have to recognize them because we brought them into our family. But we're not giving them citizenship for some odd reason, or maybe they didn't want it. Don't know. Don't really care. Generally, we are a person born in the United States. And if you look up this word, okay, or you click on the hyperlink here, it says the geographical. Once again, some areas it'll say the corporate, the DC, which is why a lot of people out there use that old code I used to use in error, 8 U.S.C. 1101 A21. In that one, they mentioned DC. That is not America. Now, once again, just as a normal national and citizen, you can become a national and citizen by these merits here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. These are all the ways that you can be regarded as a national or a U.S. citizen, born on a base, an Air Force base, member of a delegation, unknown but within our jurisdiction, All these different ones, some of these may apply to you. So when you're putting 8 USC 1401, some of y'all might have to be put 1401G, a person born outside the geographical limits of the United States and its outlying possessions of parents, one of whom is an alien, the other is a citizen of the United States. Citizen of the United States, this term means everything else, which also includes a national. They're not saying it here, but that's also what this means. And they're talking about the geographical. Alaska, Hawaii, Arkansas, even though they don't have all the other states listed here, they're abbreviating. But you can tell here it's continental and in the geographical sense. That means all of them. They're just not putting them all here. They're somewhat hiding or obfuscating it. All of the organic states, Alaska state, Wisconsin state, Illinois state, that's what they're talking about here. Not state of Alaska, that's the corporation. Not state of Illinois, that's the corporation. Okay, capiche? All right. So now we know about 1408. So this is the one. This is us. 1408 is them, the others. Okay, now let's take a look over here at what we're talking about on the Department of State. Okay, so once again, just to recap, national versus citizen. While most countries use the term citizenship and nationality interchangeably, U.S. law differentiates between the two. Under current U.S. law, all U.S. citizens are also U.S. nationals. We get both. That's us. Now let's talk about the secondary. But not all U.S. nationals, because they lump the other ones into our group, are U.S. citizens. But this is also a double entendre, which means it has a double meaning. The secondary meaning is that you can be a U.S. citizen and not entertain, use, or renounce your U.S. citizenship. It's a trap. I'm going to make a video after this one on it, so I would say don't renounce. I've already made videos on it, but we're going to do another one. The term national of the United States, so this is what they formally call us. A lot of people out there watching my videos, Wolf, why would you use their terms? Wolf, why do you call yourself a U.S. national? Because if you are trying to prove your point with their laws, you got to speak their language. If we went to Italy right now and you're trying to babble to them in American and they don't speak American, they're not going to recognize American in their court systems. They're just going to lock you up. You can call yourself whatever you want in the private. When you deal with the public, public is a language. You Martian mud monkeys. No offense directly, but you don't speak the language. There's a reason why I'm on this side of the computer and some of y'all are on the other side, because you don't get it. That's why you're here to learn. You're trying to reprogram me. Wolf, you should, don't call yourself that. Yet I'm the one winning court cases. You're not. I'm the one that they respect and watch for the most part. Maybe watch more than respect. Some do, some don't. But, you get what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. I'm just having a little fun. But the truth is there, and it's in the pudding. National of the United States is one of the terms that they refer to us as. U.S. national is the other one. National is the other one. Okay? Now, there are other types of nationals. For instance, under current law, only persons born in America, Samoa, and Swain are considered U.S. non-citizen nationals. And they have them listed under 8 U.S.C. 1101A. And guess what? 8 U.S.C. Dun, 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 1408. Can you feel me? Huh? Can you feel me? Like that? Huh? Take that, take that, take that, take that. There it is. I just proved it to you guys. Now, if we go up here to where the Department of State, and thank you, Department of State, corrected their code last year or the year before. Here's us, 8 U.S.C. 1401A. Now, technically and legally, they also could then put the other type, which is 8 U.S.C. 1401, cough, cough, wink, wink, Department of State. I know you guys watch it. Hello. Because down here, you guys are talking about both right here of the two different other types. So up here, we really should have the other one if we're going to be technical on the legal level. But anyway, whatever. You guys know I know my shit, so this is what it is. So they're telling you right here. So, but let's check out this one right here. This is one that I am not completely familiar with. Obviously, it's probably talking about Samoa, where Swain is probably the other one. But let's go and check it out. What do we got here? Okay. Okay, so that's A29. So A, now let's drop down to 29. This is what it'd be like. Okay, so once again, this one is not talking about us. This one right here is talking about nationals in DC. How do we know that? Because it says national, and we click on state, and it says DC. Are you from DC, Puerto Rico, Guam, the Virgin Islands, or the Commonwealth? If you are Northern Mariana Islands, cool, then this applies for you. Otherwise, we regular nationals should not be using that because that is for DC. So they're repping DC first here in 21, which is why I tell you guys they always will give you your remedy last as nationals. You can use A, but A means all of them together. If you want to be regarded as just a national in your event, then it's 8 USC 1101A 22B. Not 21, not 22A. If you want all of it together, then sure, use 22A. To me, this is like a trap. If I'm the chocolate cake and you put in raisins, it's a chocolate raisin cake. That's, to me, is what A is. This is all of the people. We've already seen it, like on 8 U.S.C. 1408, it says nationals and citizens at birth. So you're claiming your U.S. and citizen side right here. By having both of these right here, you get to claim to be a national. You have both, you get to claim this side. If you choose B, you're saying, yeah, sure, I mean, I do have that citizen side, but I'm not using it. In this event, I specifically want to be singled out as just a national. So sure, I owe allegiance to the United States geographical. Let's prove it. Geographical. Continental. Alaska State. Arkansas State. Arizona State. This should read pretty, I don't know. Maybe some people's reading comprehension is not where mine is, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm not going to make fun of anybody who reads differently. I'm just saying that's why I'm here to try to break this down. I already get it. I already know all this stuff. I've already won in court. I can put them to task any day. Nothing new for me. Some of y'all ask, why do I say I'm a non-combatant? Okay, well, here, let's take a look. The term non-combatant service shall not include service in which the individual is not subject to military discipline, court martial, court martial, or does not wear the uniform of any branch of the armed forces. Non-belligerent, non-combatant. Let's go down to 29. The term outlying possession of the United States means America, Samoa, and Swain. Here is your other type of national, 1408. You see it now? They're telling you right here. The word resident means a general abode. Service. They own the word service. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of this. It would drive me insane to go through and try to, see where all, if any, where mistakes are. The term child means an unmarried person under 21 years of age. This is their definition of child. Yeah, y'all. Some of y'all better be reading this. Some of y'all don't know the word family, child, parent, what it really means, and then how the agencies have corporatized it. The word child doesn't mean the same thing to everybody. Look here. The term person means an individual or organization. It can be either one. Which one are they using it for when dealing with you? You would like to say individual, wouldn't you? But you don't know that. If they just said this person must appear, does it say they mean the individual? Eh. If this is you and your natural private rights, Constitution, this means corporate contract legal person entity. Guess which one they're talking about? Guess which one's gonna, make them the most money? Guess which one they have a natural jurisdiction over? The term parent does not include the natural father or the child if the father has disappeared or abandoned or deserted the child, or if the father has, in writing, irrevocably released the child from immigration and adoption. Y'all, y'all better learn. Y'all ain't getting it yet. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all ain't. So once again, uh, yep. Sorry, all scrubby. Um, y'all don't. There's two different types of national. Well, like I said, there's more than that. There's just two primary, a third that are recognized. So be careful when you put together your little paperwork and you tell them this is who you are. You may not be telling them who you rightfully are, but telling them who you are wrongfully. And then you've essentially perfected it because you said, I swear under penalty of perjury, or here's my affidavit, sworn testimony. Now, mind you, you could be completely wrong with the national that you're claiming. You can always go back and forth on being a national or a citizen under the right law. Why do we use their law? Because it's their language. If I'm going to try to talk to them, I'm going to speak their language. If I'm going to talk to you guys in the private, I'm going to speak the private language. Call yourself whatever you want. Be delusional if you want. I don't give a. It's up to you. You're a grown ass man or woman. I'm just saying some of y'all be following people and y'all ain't double checking the codes. As somebody who gave out the wrong code years ago, and I apologize for that because I thought I had it right. And then when doing further research and also challenged, I was like, well, let me go take a look. The sign of a great leader is somebody who can listen to their men, their women, their crew, and even their offspring or young ones, younglings, we'll call them that, and take their thoughts into consideration. All pieces in this puzzle matter. People who are afraid to use new codes, people who are afraid to admit they're wrong, that's nobody who can lead me. Maybe you. And I'm not here to lead you. I'm just a guide walking this path, and if you want to walk with me, you're more than welcome. And when you branch off to do your own thing, I wish you well. And I'll catch you later.